Coming up on today's Philadelphia Eagles now, it's game week, ladies and gentlemen. The Philadelphia Eagles hitting the road for week one against the New England Patriots. So we're going to preview this game. First, though, we will be doing a watch party for this matchup. Tom Brady comes back to Foxborough, going to get honored by the Patriots. What better way to spoil it than it being the Philadelphia Eagles, who took down New England back in that 2017 Super Bowl in Super Bowl 52. Our live coverage begins on Sunday, 4 o'clock Eastern, about a half hour before kickoff. Subscribe, turn on those notifications. Therefore, when we do go live, you will be notified. Kickoff is set for this week one game as Philadelphia will take on the Patriots, looking to get back to the Super Bowl, but this season, win it in Las Vegas at 4:25 p.m. Eastern, 1:25 p.m. for those of you on the West Coast. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo will be on the call. So Philadelphia getting the primetime CBS crew in that afternoon slot. The Birds are 4-point favorites with the over-under set as of right now at 45 even. We shift gears to the Philadelphia Eagles injury report. Because Philadelphia didn't play any of their starters throughout the preseason, they are relatively healthy going into this week one matchup. Haason Reddick does expect to play, had to undergo thumb surgery a couple of weeks ago. Nolan Smith, after missing 5 practices, did return to practice last week. He expects to make his NFL debut on Sunday. That shoulder injury kept him out for a little while. Quez Watkins still dealing with that hamstring ailment, but hopefully the Eagles wide receiver 3 is going to be able to give it a go because everybody's been raving about what he did all throughout the offseason. And Moro Ojomo, the 7th-round pick, defensive tackle out of Texas, did suffer a concussion in that preseason finale. It was an ugly showing as far as injuries go in that preseason roundup. Moro Ojomo has cleared concussion protocol, has not been cleared to return to the practice field as of this recording on Tuesday. With that, get those game predictions in. Who are you going with week one in this season opener? I'm going with the Birds. I'm typing PHI. If you disagree with me, type NE for the New England Patriots. When you look at these week one odds, as I alluded to, Philadelphia is 4-point favorites in this game. The over-under is at 45. So not necessarily a low-scoring game, but the scoreboard isn't going to get lit up. I think Philadelphia wins like 24-20. I think it's going to be a little bit of a difficult matchup. Weird things often happen in week one, just like last year, as Philadelphia nearly lost to the Detroit Lions in a game that went down to the wire. 24-20 is my final score. Eagles get that record off to a solid start at 1-0. For those of you looking to bet on this game, we have some chat stats that we want to pass along. Jalen Hurts is 3-9 against the spread as a road favorite in his career, but he is 9-3 straight up as a road favorite as well, and he's won 8 straight up games. The Eagles were 7-0 straight up against the number as a road favorite last year. So we've given you the spread, and now you look at those against the spread and straight up numbers. Hopefully that helps you win some money this upcoming weekend. Keys to the game for me. Are the Philadelphia Eagles going to be rusty? Last year, Nick Sirianni did play his starters very briefly in the preseason. But because Philadelphia made that deep run in the playoffs, they made it to the Super Bowl, they went about their health in a different manner this preseason. No starters played. So how long is it going to take, if any time at all, to knock off the cobwebs? I think the Philadelphia Eagles might be a little bit rusty to begin this matchup, but once they find that groove, like they did oftentimes last year, they were very difficult to stop. Key number 2. You have a new offensive play caller in Brian Johnson. It's the same offense, but new wrinkles in this offense with a new coordinator, and he's never called plays at the NFL level before outside of the preseason, in which I thought he did a pretty solid job. Sean Desai is the new defensive coordinator. He has 1 year of play calling experience. That happened in the last year of that Matt Nagy regime in Chicago. He's a relatively new coordinator. His defense is going to be new, a little bit more aggressive as compared to how Jonathan Gannon called the defense. So you pair these 2 points together, new elements of the offensive system, some changes in the defensive scheme, with 2 new coordinators. Are the Eagles going to get off to a slow start to make things a little bit ugly? That's why I think this game could be somewhat close, and that's why I think it's going to be about a 24-20 game. The Eagles' pass rush, though, they should be able to eat. Riley Reiff, their offensive tackle, he just went on IR on Monday. Haason Reddick is going to play. This is an Eagles defense that did lose Javon Hargrave in his double-digit sack season last year, but they still had 70 sacks as a team a year ago. And this Patriots offensive line is a weak link for that team. This Eagles pass rush should be able to take over this game. When you think about Bill Belichick and his career against mobile quarterbacks, whether it be Lamar Jackson numerous times or Justin Fields last year when Fields torched New England on the road, Bill Belichick has struggled against mobile quarterbacks. So is Jalen Hurts going to be able to have his number as well? And this is really an overarching point throughout all of 2023, something that I will continue to be monitoring with the whole offseason to watch the Eagles' offensive tendencies, the play calling, the system, to scout Jalen Hurts. Will the Patriots adjust to Jalen? And will other teams across the NFL adjust to Jalen? And if that's the case, it's up to Hurts to counter-adjust to those defensive adjustments. Those are some of my keys to the game, but the good news is we're only getting started with our preview. Make sure you subscribe to the show if you like this content. We do this every single day. Daily shows on the birds for those of you who are coming across the show for the first time. My name is Chase Sr., grew up in Westchester right outside of Philadelphia, went to Temple University. This is my squad, producer Chip, grew up in Bucks County. So you're getting that real Eagles talk, and we will not disappoint you with our coverage. More with this preview coming up around the corner. First, though, want to welcome Game Time on board as a brand new sponsor here at Chat Sports. I'm really excited to have them here. If you're looking for last-minute tickets to an Eagles game, sporting events, college football, Major League Baseball, NBA, if you're a music goer like myself, or you're looking to go to a comedy show, because I like those as well, the only app that you should be using is Game Time. And the good news is, if you use the code EaglesChat at checkout, you get $20 off your purchase. Let me tell you more about Game Time because I really like the interface. As you can see on your screen, it's very user-friendly. You can kind of filter by teams. For instance, you search Philadelphia Eagles. All of their games come up, whether it be road game or home game at Lincoln Financial Field. You can also choose where you're sitting and get a view from that particular seat. And they're not going to screw you like some of these other ticket apps where you have that obstructed view. You go to this next photo, and you can actually see at Lincoln Financial Field your vantage point for where you buy your tickets. You also have a bird's eye view where you can look down at Lincoln Financial Field or any other stadium, and you can look at the different price points depending on what your budget is. And when you use the code EaglesChat, redeem that code, you get $20 off your purchase. It's a fantastic app. A lot of ticket apps out there hit you with some of these outrageous fees. If you're looking for last-minute tickets in particular, the deals on Game Time are unbeatable. Once again, promo code EaglesChat. Download the Game Time app. We'll put all of that information as far as the link and that promo code in the description and in the comment section of this video. We continue to move forward with our preview here. Another key for me, stop the run with Ramondre Stevenson and make Mac Jones throw. The Patriots last year finished 25th in the NFL in running success rate and 21st in yards per carry. So if you stop the run, you then put the ball in the hands of Mac Jones, and last year he struggled. He actually regressed from his rookie campaign. The Patriots lost a solid wide receiver in Jacoby Myers. He was their number one a year ago, and they signed a guy who we all hate, Juju Smith-Schuster. Hopefully James Bradberry can lock him up. The Patriots will have a new look offense and a new play caller who's a familiar face for New England, former assistant for Bill Belichick, Bill O'Brien. Going back to the Patriots after spending a couple of years with Nick Saban. He was the OC for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and I do think that he's going to be able to help out Mac Jones a little bit. All of the chatter out of the Boston area in the preseason is that the Patriots offense looked a little bit better with Bill O'Brien calling the plays as compared to Joe Judge, Matt Patricia, and whatever the hell the Patriots were doing last year. Mac Jones a year ago in 2022, he completed below league average as far as his completion percentage at 65 even, He threw for less than 3,000 yards, played 14 games. When he did not play, was replaced by Bailey Zappi. Only 14 touchdowns, 11 picks. But what point did I make a little bit earlier here on the show? The Philadelphia Eagles can win this battle in the trenches with their defensive line and getting after Mac Jones. He was sacked last year 34 times, and the Patriots up front, they haven't gotten that much better going into 2023. Mac Jones in 2022, even more numbers here. He ended the season 29 out of 33 qualifying passers in expected points added per dropback and 29th in success rate. Expected points added, also known as EPA, is basically the war version for football. So the translation, Mac Jones wasn't really good when he had to chuck the pill. Another underlying storyline going into this game is the fact that New England and their fans, they'll be bringing the noise, and they'll be pumped up for this game, kind of looking to get revenge on Philadelphia for besting New England in Super Bowl 52 back in 2017, the 2018 calendar year, because the Patriots will be honoring Tom Brady in this game. And it's pretty unique that Philadelphia actually still has a couple of players who were on that Super Bowl roster. It includes Lane Johnson, Jason Kelce, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Derek Barnett. Of course, Barnett was the one who picked up the fumble, and Brandon Graham was the one who forced it against Tom Brady. Kind of a pretty cool scenario for those players to return to Foxborough, still playing while Tom Brady is getting honored as he retires. My take for this game, the Philadelphia Eagles, no question, are the far superior team, but the Patriots will be feisty. When you think about betting history in week one, odd, wonky things can often happen, but you know that Bill Belichick is going to have his team ready to play. He's going to have the Pats prepared for what Philadelphia can throw their way. And Philadelphia, they do have some interesting elements and interesting storylines going into this week one game with some personnel changes, both on the roster as well as the coaching staff. I want to see the Birds lean on their dogs in this matchup. I'm not just talking about the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm talking about their offensive dogs, because New England's defense and their offense cannot keep up with what Philadelphia has to offer, especially on the offensive side of the rock, but really top to bottom on both of these rosters. The Eagles clearly have the edge. And the Eagles have an opportunity here to have a very versatile approach, to be multifaceted, to keep the Patriots on their heels, and to adjust on the fly to whatever New England tries to throw their way as far as coverage and the look of that defense. Jalen Hurts, DeAndre Swift, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, like this is an Eagles team that should be able to routinely average 30 points per more all throughout this 2023 campaign. What I'll also be watching in this game for the Eagles, how much will Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith play? If Jalen Carter plays a little bit more than Nolan Smith, won't surprise me at all. Doesn't have to do, in my eyes, with Nolan Smith's shoulder injury. It just has to do with how good Jalen Carter can be. Nick Sirianni on Tuesday did not reveal who the starting safety was going to be, opposite of Reed Blankenship. So that's a little bit of a relative unknown for the Eagles going into this game. And I'm interested to see who starts alongside Blankenship. Terrell Edmonds, Justin Evans. The upset pick would be Sidney Brown. How do the off-ball linebackers fare? Nakobe Dean, it's your opportunity. You're wearing the green dot. You're the starter for this team. You made that really good play in the preseason against Cleveland in which you sniffed out the run and forced the fumble on the goal line. I want to see that translate to when the real games matter. And then I expect Zach Cunningham to start alongside Nakobe Dean at inside linebacker. Will Jalen Hurts this year still run often? I know that Nick Sirianni has said we're paying him to not do less. But I want to see Jalen Hurts play a full season, because if he goes down, I have not much faith in Marcus Mariota that he can win a lot of games in far stretches for a team that once again has Super Bowl aspirations. And I want to see Jalen be safe. Run when you have to. Don't just run trying to make something out of nothing, and don't force the issue. And when you can get down or get out of bounds, do that, because we don't want to see you hurt. We want to see that continued progression. And then lastly, who's going to be the punter? We still don't know. Philadelphia, as of Tuesday, they only have Aaron Sipos on the practice squad. They have not signed an actual punter outside of Sipos to the P squad, and they have not signed a punter to the active roster. So they're clearly looking for a punter upgrade. We also do not know who the returner is going to be for the Eagles, and the special teams unit did cost this team in Super Bowl 57 against Kansas City. So with that, we asked you earlier to predict who would win this game. Now, I want to see if you're a genie, look into your crystal ball. Predict the score between Philadelphia and New England here, and don't forget to join our watch party on Sunday. Hop on board. It's going to get litty here on the stream, and you don't want to miss it. Appreciate your support. It's Philadelphia Eagles Now. I'm Chase Sr. Thanks for hanging out.